What's up, everybody? It's Kalen Moss, Theory and Thacker here, and we are here with a episode on basically creating a great customer experience, how to deliver an amazing customer experience.
Right.
And I'm just going to hand the floor.
And Kalen, I'm just going to interrupt you straight up right now. Before we even dive into the customer experience, you already know that this is a hot topic on my board right now. I went out this weekend because my company provided me with a MacBook Pro to work off of, which I absolutely love. No complaints there. The best computer I've ever received ever from a job. Okay. And I shit you not, like I have a keyboard that's a $200 keyboard, okay? And I have a mouse that's a $130 mouse for Windows, for my gaming PC that works flawlessly. I mean, flawlessly, dude. For shooters, PvE, PvP, you can use the keyboard for whatever you want to do. Outside of typing, you can use it to game. Tell me how that works on Mac. Like junk. Like absolute junk, dude. I'm gonna age myself here real quick, but if anybody's ever seen Bebe's Kids back in the day, that's what it feels like when I'm using my mouse and keyboard on a Mac with a Windows mouse and keyboard. So this weekend, I went out, I bought a mouse from Apple, proprietary, a keyboard from Apple, proprietary. It cost me a small fortune, I think we all know. But I gotta share with you. There's a reason proprietary equipment works so good with proprietary equipment. It's flawless. I can type almost 25 words more per minute on this keyboard, this mouse clicking on a Mac. So it's all about Mac though. So remember, I say the word proprietary. So these pieces of equipment were made specifically for this device. And I shit you not, you can tell. And excuse my language, but I shit you not, you can 100% tell that this equipment is made for this unit. As soon as you turn it on, and by turn it on, I mean, there's a little switch here at the end of the keyboard that has a little green and red right here. You flip that bad boy to green, and your MacBook's like, hello. You turn your little mouse to green. It's like, hello. It's like, welcome.
What are the differences you've seen?
Dude, speed, reliability, concise clicks. I know that sounds like real world problems, but concise clicks, like actually being able to copy and paste the way that I want to copy and paste without actually clicking the damn thing every time I need to paste and I need to copy. You remember the Control K we worked on so much?
Yeah.
Oh, you throw that shit on a Windows keyboard on a Mac, you done. No, there ain't no K. No. No, it's gone. It's all gone, dude. No, you ain't getting no Control K. You ain't getting no Control K, C, V. You're not copying. You're not pasting. You're not inserting links. Oh, it's all shut off from you, dude. It's all shut off from you. Okay. So that's the end of my rant.
So, dude,
yes. Before we talk about customer satisfaction, tell me, what do you got?
I don't have anything. I'm going to let you take over this one because right now my computer is absolutely frozen on this other page I'm on. So I'm just going to let you keep going.
Yeah. So let me just jump into customer satisfaction, right? Okay. So what do we really mean by customer satisfaction? Okay. Let's just go back to the beginnings, right? Let's go back to what I understood at Geek Squad that intertwined with a customer leaving my freaking queue standing in front of me. Okay. So customer satisfaction is a mixture of two things in your recipe. Okay. And we consider most recipes a protein and a salt and ingredient to spice up that protein. Okay. So at Geek Squad, my protein was obviously grandma coming in with her laptop, and she can't download the grandkids' photos on it. She's got this little thingy in her hand. She's like, I got this thingy, but I don't know what to do with it. And it's got my grandkids' pictures on it.
Yeah.
So my job is to basically man, how do we even begin to break down the hand holding here? So let's talk about, and why I want to bring this up first is let's talk about the initiation of hand holding. Okay, you have a customer. They want something from you that they can't figure out. It is your job to take their hand and say, hey, come to me. I'm going to show you how to figure this out so you don't have to worry about it anymore, right? That is your ultimate job as a customer service representative, right? We talk about CRM all the time, customer relationship management, right? But before CRM even steps into place, we got to get the basics done, right? So what we have to establish with the customer is, number one, we have to establish confidence. So let's just say Kaylin's grandma came in. She doesn't trust me at all at Geek Squad. She thinks she's going to have to pay $90 to get Kaylin's cute grandbaby pics transferred over to her computer so she can share with everybody at the next celebration. And she walks up to me and she's untrustworthy of me. And guess what? Her being untrustworthy with me is no different than any of y'all being in the environment and being untrustworthy when you speak with your client or the person that you're providing needs to. Okay. So let's just go back to Kaylin's grandma. So I say, hey, what up, K Grams? Let's talk about this for a minute. Okay, so you got all these cute pics of K Moss as a baby. Like, let's bring them on board. Like, you want access to them all the time. You want to share them in your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever it might be. And all you've got is this little thingy that you've handed me, right? Here's this thingy. It's got all the pictures on it. So whatever that thingy might be, whether it be a memory card or a USB or a micro USB that you have to insert into a USB to even insert into the computer to even transfer the images. There's all kinds of issues here. But what we really want to build up is the confidence with the customer, right? And I want you all to just absorb this, because when you're speaking, not only client, customer, whether it be Kaylin's grandma or the head of $1 million business or multi-million-dollar business, you need to be able to break these things down to them, right? So what I tell Kaylin's grandma is like, hey, okay, so here's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to take this drive that you've handed me. I'm going to show you how to input it into your computer and how to locate what you need out of this drive to create your Facebook timeline to show, Kaylin from, baby bottle to grown man, here in the Marketing Cloud, retrospective, right? So I tell Kaylin's grandma, I'm like, yo, I got you. Let's do this. Give me the card. Give me your computer. I'm going to flip it to the side. And I know this is a very manual process here. And I want to share this with you because I was a part of the manual process before it became a virtual process. Because the virtual process is just a step outside of the manual process. So Kaylin's grandma's here. She flips her computer over. She's like, yo, this is what I got out of my camera. Show me how to use it. So I take it. I use it however it might need to be used to transfer that information into her Google laptop or whatever she's bought as a Christmas present from Best Buy as her minimal laptop. So it pops up the pictures, right? She's like, oh, I can see Kaylin. I can see him from baby bottle to adult. Like he's in his gym shorts at track practice, And, so I'm like, yeah. Here comes the photos. I go, okay, so tell me, what do you want to do with those pictures? She's like, well, I want to share them with Facebook and, I'm new to Instagram, so I don't really know how to do it. Like, how do I do all this stuff? Right. So basically what I do is I show her how to take those little snippets of Kaylin's life and I show her how to integrate them into the timeline she wants to share with her friends. Right. And I show her how to grab each little photo and drag it to the area that she needs. Okay. Why am I giving all of this example about Kaylin's grandma and Kaylin's pictures from him on a baby bottle to him being a track star, like a pro MVP? Why am I sharing this with you? Because she's a customer, right? And we want to make sure her journey from the time that Kaylin had a baby bottle in his mouth to the time this cat was holding an MVP trophy at the end of a track meet is complete. Okay. We want to make sure that happens for her. So we need to empower her with the knowledge to share that with all of her family members. So we have this retrospective now, right? Let's take this retrospective and make it a company-wide retrospective, right? Let's take it and let's really expand on it, okay? So Kaylin, now we take him from baby photos to track photos. We're talking about Kaylin's life now. Kaylin wants to transfer his captures of what he has learned in the ecosystem to the client or stakeholder, okay? So what is Kaylin's first steps? First steps are he is going to originate the photos. He is going to vet the photos, and he's going to start to build this out for the client. And he's going to say, hey, here's what I want to show you as your consultant on what you can do within your ecosystem. Here's my baby picture that I took from my grandma. I stole it from her. Yeah, my granny had this picture, but I'm going to steal it from her. And a reason I stole this picture from you is because I want you to see my growth from baby to track star. Okay. So let me present this information to you. So you present this information to the customer. Okay. And the customer is like, well, you know, we're at this point in our career, which is Kaylin's point in his career as a track star. We're at this point in our ecosystem that we need to share this amount of information. Like, oh, perfectly. So show me what you've shared before, and let's collectively bring that together to equalize your BRG, your business requirement gatherment, for the journey that you want to share with your customers. Okay. Let's say you're a hard seltzer company and you came from making your first seltzer from your grandparents' apple trees. Okay. Your first seltzer was based. Okay. Now we're basing a client, right? So let's clear the board here. We've got Kaylin, all his pictures. That was our original assessment. Now we're dealing with the client. This client wants to take the original photos of their original seltzer. Let's call it an apple seltzer, okay? They had these beautiful apple trees in their orchard that produce apples every year, and they want to share that with the customer as they bring them into this apple cider journey, right, of a seltzer. So they want to be like, these are the seeds we started with. Email one. Hey, email one. This is how we started with you as a customer before we bring you in as a membership. The seed dropping into the ground. Okay. First drop. Boom. There's your first hero image. Okay. We go to our next image. Apple seed has been dropped into the ground. Next image, sprout. Step 2 of our journey. Hey, you know what? We started with a seed. Here we are. We have a sprout. Let me show you how we're going to take you to our actual seltzer. So step 2, tree starting to sprout. Step 3 in our journey. I mean, look at it as a drop. So drop 1, seed has been dropped. Okay. And then we come back up to the email tree and we're coming across. Okay. Sprout is now rising. Okay. Here's our second email. Third email. Sprout has risen. We have our first apple. Guess what's coming, y'all? Guess what's coming, every stockholder? The apple's growing. Seltzers are coming. Customers are coming. Okay, so apple tree beginning, baby apple tree, 1 apple on it. Boom. Third step in the email journey. We go into the 4th step. We have an apple tree with multiple apples on it. We start to connect each one of these apples with each customer we're going to be distributing to. Okay, we're all going back to Kaylin's baby bottle journey, right? Of how he became a Salesforce Marketing Cloud expert. But what we're now transversing this to is our story of the apple tree with our customer to develop the most amazing apple seltzer they've ever been made. So step 4, we have a full tree, apples on it, right? All these apples are pointing to different customers. Step 5, each one of these customers represent an apple falling from that tree to represent their actual processing of our seltzers that we've created, right? So we can actually say like, hey, AKA Apple Company has already jumped in. They're ready. Their apple has fallen from the tree. What is stopping you from your apple falling from the tree? Email number 5. This is what we provide to help you drop your apple from the tree, to make sure that our apple seltzers hit every market that you have within your ecosystem. So we drop an email, and now this email is much more complex because we're hitting people that the Apple consumer hasn't exactly notified yet. And we're like, listen, we know how to build this. Apple number 4 showed it. The apple dropped. That company is successful. How do we drop your apple for you? Okay. We continually drop these apples for each company. And as we drop these apples, guess what we're building? We're building a journey to success. Okay. We're building a journey to, we can call it Isaac Newton, I guess, right? That's the Apple guy. I'm just being fucking stupid right now. I don't know. But we can drop these apples on top of our customers' heads in each step of this journey. Like, hey, you might have not been here for the first apple, but let me show you what the first apple can do. And then the second apple drops and like, oh, you're still not on board? Okay, well, let me show you what the second apple can do. And then, we're just selling them, right? We're bringing them in. So that is our customer affirmation. And guess what we're doing during that affirmation? We're building confidence, right? Because the first customer that grabbed that apple and is like, I don't even want it to drop. I want that apple now. And grab that apple from the tree and say, let's go. Like, I believe in y'all. Let's do it. Like, let's get customers connected. Let's bring them in. Let's create the customer 360, right? And by 360 is the same thing that we describe to you guys every single day. Notify, post, mark, follow. That is the customer 360. Because guess what? While me and Kaylin might not be tracking every single one of your perspectives in Marketing Cloud, each one of these perspectives that you're adding to this company as they collect your data is collecting you into an ecosystem of apples, right? And you never know when the apple is going to fit you correctly, but the apple is coming because people like me and Kaylin are behind the scenes making sure the apple fits the customer, okay? So that is one of the broadest lines of customer satisfaction I can bring. And let's get into very needy customers. And by needy customers, I mean, they're like, I only like my apple to fall at a 35-degree angle. Like, oh, all right. Well, we've already done the testing. You want it to fall at 35 degrees? It's going to take us a little bit longer, but you'll get your apple, right? So that is our job as a Marketing Cloud expert, to feel out a customer, because we never know. I know I brought this up on the Friday stream, but as an investigator, outside of any of our other skills, we have to remember the client doesn't know how to communicate to us what their apple looks like. It is up to us to show them different variations of the way that the apple could look before it falls to the customer's hands, right? And I'm by what I mean by falling into what they want, I mean everything that they want, dude. Padding on their email, certain scripting, XML images, whatever it might be. What they want is our job to fulfill, but it is also our job to question the limitations of what they want. So let's not get ahead of ourselves and say, oh, I can fulfill anything in Marketing Cloud, because we know that's not true, right? We all know, anybody in the Marketing Cloud spectrum, we know that there's a limitation. There is a limitation to everything we do, whether it be email, notifications, connections, API users, whatever it be. It's all based around licenses and exponentially what we're trying to achieve for the customer. Okay. That is really my Apple story. I'm not even gonna lie. I got the Blockbuster t-shirt on, like, Blockbuster for life. Kaylin, did you ever go into a Blockbuster?
Yes.
Thank you. Did you ever wait for a video game system within the Blockbuster?
Did I?
Like an N64, like, oh, the only place I can get an N64 or a PlayStation 1 is from Blockbuster right now. I'm gonna rent it.
Oh snap! Nah, it wasn't that.
There was a time like that. I need you to know. So everybody, so not to veer off from our Apple story, but everybody complains about PS5s, right? I can't get a PS5. I can't get my hands on a PS5. I got ripped off on a PS5. Oh, somebody juked me on a PS5. Yo, PS5 FOMO, fear of missing out, is nothing comparative to the original N64 and PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 FOMO. Nothing. Not even representatively close. And let me tell you why. When PlayStation 2 dropped, there were 364 people in line ahead of me at Best Buy to get a PlayStation 2. That PlayStation 2 lasted me roughly 67 days before it broke, before I had to take it in and get another PlayStation 2. The second PlayStation 2 lasted about 120 days before it broke. And then it took me 5 PS2s to get an iteration that actually functionally worked for me. So we talk about iteration in software as a system, right? Which is simply easy. Okay, Galen? Like we make a change. We say, hey, everybody, refresh your browsers. You're going to have the new info that you need. Let's talk about that from a hardware perspective. You roll out 250 million pieces of hardware, and then all of a sudden you find a flaw in that hardware, you in trouble, bro. You in trouble. So if you look back to the days of PlayStation 2, you will see 4 to 5 different iterations of that actual hardware. Hardware, bro, not software. I'm talking hardware, not the games, not anything that went with it. The actual hardware was jacked. Like you couldn't use it. Like you would get it and it would work for a amount of time and then it would just stop working. I went through 6 PS2s in 5 years.
Oh my God.
We came from a world, and I really feel that people forget this. Josh, you my family, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Josh Mobley, he's a part of the unit. This cat, he's our next up.
Ready, Josh?
He's our next up, man. I gotta get this cat a gig. Everything he knows is just waiting for a gig to have him come in and share that knowledge with them. Josh is just,
he knows his stuff.
He knows his, not only does he know his stuff, he knows his stuff outside of the ecosystem. This cat has challenged me on audio software. He has challenged me on how I record my stuff. Like he knows his stuff. Like he is our next epitome of the ecosystem. And anybody else that wants to follow up with Josh to really get, if you really want to be in Marketing Cloud, you need to connect with Josh. I'm going to tell you right now. This cat is in the trenches. He's doing interviews 4 or 5 times a week. He's fighting the good fight. He's finding his way each step of the way through the ecosystem. And what I want to tell employers, if they are listening to this, is that, let me tell you all employers, okay? If you have a person that is Timmy, what up? What up, Timmy? I absolutely love you too, man. Absolutely. What I want to tell employers, if they are listening to this, or recruiters, or whoever's listening to this, like these guys, Josh, Timmy, they are so hungry. I'm not sure that you could slide them a plate of qualifications and what they need to do that they can't devour and recreate for you.
Exactly.
And that's why
I want to stop you.
Go ahead.
There.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because like that's something I feel is so underrated when
yes.
these employers are looking for people to come and fill these jobs. Like they're just looking for like, do you look good on paper? Have you done X amount of years? It's like you can't teach hunger. You can't teach drive. You can't teach dedication and motivation. Like that's the one thing. It's like, you just want to like slap some employers across the head, because it's like, how do you not see the drive in someone like Josh who's interviewing? And you know what I mean? Like, it just, yeah.
I'm
When they get on the job,
yeah,
they can
and
do
I'm
anything.
so annoyed by it. And,
Right.
and why am I annoyed by it? I'm annoyed by it because I went through the same shit and it hasn't changed.
Yep.
Like, I kid you not, I went through interviews where I was like, oh, I definitely got the job. I got the job. Like, I got the job. And then I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And then they tell me I don't have the job. I'm like, but I brought everything you wanted out of me to the, and it's like, oh, well, we don't feel that you're this or this doesn't meet the criteria. Yo, put me in there.
Right.
I'll show you how much you need me. Like, employers forget the people that want to fight.
Yeah.
You know, I kid you not, the employer that hires somebody underskilled is the employer that wins.
Yep.
Because the underskilled employee that hasn't been in the ecosystem, Kalen, let's just be honest. Me, underskilled. Like, you talk about Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right? I came from 7 years of Azure Cloud, horrible admin abilities, basically dealing with client needs, blah, 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 blah. How dare Salesforce to tell me that I'm not qualified to be an admin because I don't have this? That's BS. Okay, so I'm being ethical here and I'm being a little preachy, but what I want to say here is the fact that my skills in Marketing Cloud are just a drop in the bucket compared to my skills as a manager, as a program manager, a project manager. Listen, what that means is the fact, Josh, I want you to listen to this closely. And Timmy, I want you to listen to this closely. And anybody else here, yo, what you do right now, no matter if you are slinging burgers on a POS system, point of sale system, no matter if you're slinging retail, no matter, you are in IT, you are valuable. The skills that you have are transferable into the ecosystem, are valuable. All it takes is one person, one developer, one architect to say, hey, by the way, you can just go this direction and do this now. I'm like, really? Well, all right, I'm going to go do it then. That's all it takes, man. All it takes. And I've continually pounded into Josh over and over again is the fact that you were on the precipice. All it takes is one employer to understand that you aren't here for a job. You're here for a career. You're here to not just learn what you're going to be doing, but also improve that ecosystem within the environment you're in.
Yep.
Okay. And that's one thing I want to lay out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And honestly, it's got me thinking, like, we got to bring on these CEOs and these employers to this podcast to just see, like, what exactly are they looking for, so we can understand exactly what we need to know.
Yeah.
We need to be able to say in these interviews, because there's a disconnect between
right.
There's like skills and qualifications. Oh, there's skills and qualifications are two different things.
Oh, it's so different, dude.
Qualifications of, like, we need you to be able to do this, that, and the other. And it's like, what do you mean by this? Is what like, to be able to do something means I'm hungry to do it.
Yo, when they say preferred skills, I say kiss my ass. Like, yo, preferred skills, like that's anything I can learn in a weekend. Anything. Like, preferred skills, like, yeah, I can take some trailheads. I can take some lessons on YouTube. What? Tell me, listen, what I need from you as an employer is define for me what you need me to do, and I will do that for you.
Yep.
Please.
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Yeah. And I keep telling Josh is the fact that exude the confidence that you're able to do anything, right?
Right.
Don't ever short yourself on, oh, well, I've only got this certificate. No, man, listen, put the certifications in the trunk, okay? Because the certifications are great. It means you can pass a test, okay? People aren't going to like to hear this. People from Salesforce are definitely not going to like to hear this, and that's okay, right? Because I don't work for Salesforce. I love Salesforce, but I don't work for them. But what I need everybody to tell is, yes, these certifications are great as badges on your belt, right? But it doesn't prove who you are and the quality you can bring to the ecosystem with your customer service, with your handling of issues, tickets, Jira storyboards, clients, whatever it might be. It really doesn't define you in the system as an individual. So don't ever feel that you not having a certain certification defines you as somebody that isn't capable of doing what you need to do.
And one thing I want to clear the record about with Salesforce certifications and Salesforce is that I don't think Salesforce is the one that is pushing the certifications.
No, I don't either.
We think they are. You know what I think it is? I think it's this culture of on LinkedIn. It's just like on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. Whatever is trending
is
what everybody goes and does.
Well, duh.
Yeah. It's human nature that's happening on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And what I think it is, and don't get me wrong, like this is my personal opinion on certifications. My personal opinion is this.
Hit me.
It gives employers the checkbox, like you said, the badge is like the checkbox says, okay, they've put themselves through the ringer enough to actually learn this platform.
Yeah.
And learn it from a broad stroke perspective. Like they understand the high level overview and some of the intermediate details. Maybe they might not be super advanced. Some of the certs test you on more of the advanced stuff.
Right.
But what I think the cert represents is a, like you said, badge of honor checkbox that says, I've gone through the ringer to learn what this tool is all about. Yeah. And this is what I think. I think that's what Salesforce wants people to be able to say they did to use their product. But I don't think Salesforce is the one saying you have to have the cert to know how to use the product.
Okay.
I think what's happening is you have the whole entire trend of human nature, which is saying, hey, look at me. I got my cert.
I did better.
I did. And it's almost kind of like an Instagram picture.
It is. It's like getting liked on Instagram. Yeah. Dude. And let me tell you even a more brutal fact about this is the fact that, listen, Salesforce is a business, y'all. Okay, let's be honest. Salesforce is a business. These certifications that everybody takes for $200, that's income. Right? That's income. It is a business. Outside of anything else, outside of the rep, the job application, everything else, it's a business, right? Anybody can charge to get a certification based off of knowledge acquired in a business, okay? So let's call it what it is. It is a business, but these little business plateaus provide us the ability to stand in front of an employer at times. Okay. Yeah. And what I want to be honest about, and Josh has talked to me about this a couple times, is the fact that it was definitely a process for myself coming from Microsoft infrastructure to Salesforce. The 23 interviews that I had and the 57 no's that I got were before being certified. I got double certified in 8 days. I waited till the beginning of the year. I threw out all that information when I knew everybody was coming back to work. And all of a sudden I had 3 offers on the table within the first 2 weeks.
Yep.
So the certifications are the pass to get you at least to the eyes that you need.
Yeah.
To see. But that makes sense. And it's not just in Salesforce, everybody.
Right.
Timmy said, that's right. It's about improving the ecosystem. Some of us have got jobs, but still investing hours in MC Knowledge rather than TikTok laughing out. So it's more than just getting a job. It's passion. Bags. Yeah. Bags will come easier after. Yep. Completely makes sense. Yeah, absolutely, Timmy. And I kid you not, this isn't just for Salesforce, y'all. This is for Microsoft. Hell, this is for me getting on a raid team in Destiny. Like people look at my profile, they're like, "Oh, has this cat even ran a raid before? Let me see." You know, they like do a deep dive into me. So it makes sense, dude. It makes absolute sense.
It makes sense as kind of like, it's like a haircut.
It is.
Or it's like a haircut, or it's like a pair of jeans or a pair of shoes or something. Yep. It's like, you wear this, you present yourself in a certain way, in a certain light, you get yourself a haircut, you look clean, you fade up the beard, you look at it's all fresh and crisp. And then when you go up and you talk to, you go to the job interview, you look fresh, right? It's like the first impression. But I feel like, and that's what I'm saying, like, I have nothing against the Salesforce certs. It's just, I think people are putting too much into the haircut, into the certification, saying, I have to have this to be good, or you have to have this to be qualified or to be good. It's like, a haircut doesn't make me qualified to get this job.
And dude,
it's like my character, my morals, my integrity, my hard work, my dedication, showing up on time, showing up 5 minutes early to every meeting, getting the project done before the deadline. Those are the things that you can't teach to somebody.
And let me share something that I probably shouldn't share. And I don't want this to get me in trouble, but I'm going to share it anyways because I don't give a fuck. So excuse my language, and I'm just going to throw it out there. What I understand is the fact that I had somebody very senior facing up against me in my interview process. And let me tell you why I won the job over this gentleman that had been senior in Salesforce Marketing Cloud for, I believe, 7 years above me. You know why? Because he had defined himself in the ecosystem as a person. I have no definition of myself. I am just merely here to help whatever integration it might be. Health Cloud, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, whatever it might be. I am flexible. I'm here to not only provide my SFMC team structure and direction, but I am here to work with every other team that I have to make this project successful, right? And when I told my new company, Menlo Pro, I told him, I was like, listen, I've been looking for the trenches. I've been looking for a shovel. I've been looking for a hole to dig so I can teach everybody how to dig that hole and how to use this shovel. That was the difference that won me the job. With less experience, less senior, it's because of my willingness to be flexible. And it's my willingness to take on anything that's thrown at me. I don't care. I don't care if it's a password reset. I don't care if the shit is broken and it won't push out an email. I'm going to be there from one end of the spectrum to the other. Your boy Therian is coming in and he is not defining himself. Oh, I only take care of journeys and do. Oh, no. Therian's going to get his hands dirty. He's going to work with the other teams. I don't care if they're offshore, onshore, client base, whoever it is. Therian is going to be there. Therian's going to respond. Yep.
One other thing about that is, like, I was in an interview back in 2020.
Yeah.
And it was before I worked at, Revelant. It was right in the middle of the pandemic. So it was for this bank. And I remember going in there, and honestly, dude, like, I wasn't even at the point that I'm at now where I'm prepped for interviews. I've done some research on the companies. I was just going in there just like, hey, I know about Marketing Cloud, and that's all they're going to ask me, right? Wrong, right? First question they asked me.
Oh, dude, they don't care.
First question they asked me, since this was like an end user, this wasn't like a consultant company.
Right.
First thing they asked me was, what do we do? Because they were trying to test my preparedness is what they were trying to test. They were trying to test how prepared was I for an interview, which gives them a good indicator of how ready am I going to be for presentations and meetings.
Yeah.
It's like, did I do my research? First question right off the bat. And dude, I botched it. I'm not even going to lie. Look, But you know what? It saved me. The interview, bro. I thought the interview, they were gonna be like, yeah, this guy's horrible, blah blah. Because they asked me like what some of the stuff did, and I was like, dude, I have no idea what this cloud does. And dude, the craziest thing, what I truly think got me the job offer was.
I don't know, bro.
I don't even know.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I'm trying though.
But you know what I think got me the job?
Yeah.
Was they said, why you? Why should we pick you?
Yeah.
And I said, because you want to know why? I went from the worst kid in junior year of high school in the long jump, absolutely last place. I looked at the guy who got first place my junior year.
Yep.
And I said, I'm going to be on that podium #1 next season, winning a state championship in the long jump. And I made it happen. And I said, and I made it to college and I made it to Team USA. I said, you want to know how many people do you know that made it to Team USA? How many people do you know have that work ethic and that dedication to go from last place and set their mind to something and make it to the top within a year time span? I said, well, who you're talking to is somebody that when they want to get something done, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I said, you can't beat me. If I don't want to let you beat me, you can't. Because I'm going to stay up all night. I'm going to wake up early in the morning. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to talk.
Listen,
I'm going to focus.
When they get that, man. I completely get that.
They have the VP of finance in there. He was like, jaw just dropped. And I was like, and from that interview on, I remember thinking to myself, this isn't even about Marketing Cloud. This isn't even about Salesforce. This isn't it. What people are really looking for is that realness. They're looking for, are you that type of person?
Yes.
A go-getter.
Josh, I want you to listen to this right now.
And Josh, Timmy, anyone else listening,
anybody applying right now, I need y'all to understand. Just like Kaylin said, when we get interviewed, it is not much about Marketing Cloud. It's about what we can do.
Yes, it's about our work ethic.
Marketing Cloud is just one tool. Let's be honest. We hardcore focus on Marketing Cloud.
Right.
But that's just
the soft skills.
You're pulling the tool drawer open. Marketing Cloud's just one tool in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing. I think we just have to talk more about this, man. It's like,
I do too.
I think a lot of people are focused on the 10 to 15 to 20% of what they think is important, which is the tech side, which you can teach really fast.
We have to stop the technical interviews. Yeah. The technical interviews are not what win you the spot. Let's be honest. It's the soft skill interviews that win you the spot. Yep.
And that's unpopular opinion because nobody, you know why? I don't know why it's an unpopular opinion. Why nobody talks about that? Because it's easy to teach the hard technical.
You're breaking up. I'm losing you. You're back.
How about now?
You're good.
It's easy to teach the hard technical skills.
Yeah, it's easy.
Easy. We can teach you how to use Marketing Cloud in 2 weeks.
I can teach you how to replace an image, change a buffer, a table. Oh shit, that's one session. But to teach you how to functionally work with our team as a member while being humble and accepting guidance is something you cannot teach.
Yeah. So if you're going to get anything out of this message, please get the fact that it is about you being able to demonstrate and show to the hiring manager, I am the right person for this job because I can work with the team well. I'm a hard worker. Yep. I show up on time. When I want to make something happen, I get it done even in the face of a challenge.
Yes, sir.
And the 10 to 20% that matters is the technical stuff. I know how to use that stuff. I know how to build this stuff out. Yeah. That's great.
That's fine.
I can send you a YouTube video or I can give you a course or I can give you a link to a document and you can figure that out in a day.
Listen, y'all, anybody can push the buttons.
Right.
But to be a functional associate with your team that is humbly able to accept guidance and direction on the Marketing Cloud journey you need to provide, that is what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I know everybody looks at JDs and they're like, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that. Well, no, you don't need to know that. Mm-hmm. What they're looking for is somebody that is applicable in understanding that and learning that and quickly catching up to speed.
And has a baseline knowledge of it already.
Yes.
Just a baseline knowledge. They can pick it up quick when they get on the, you don't, now I'm going to be honest. We got to preface something here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not going to hire somebody who has zero knowledge in this stuff. We're not saying that. We're not saying you can go from, a career that's completely different, never been in tech, don't know how to turn on a computer, and they can teach you this stuff. They don't have time for that. They don't. Nobody has time to teach somebody how to log into Marketing Cloud and how to get to Email Studio and Journey Builder. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is get the cert, get the basics of the tool, learn the basics of the tool, throw that to the side. Once you get that, you understand the basics, and then start marketing yourself and start showing who you actually are as a hard worker. And that's what we're really saying here is yes, get the fundamentals down, but don't become so fixated on the fundamentals that that's the only thing you talk about in an interview. That's the 10 to 20% that you talk about. You get them to trust that you understand what they're looking for. But the rest, the 70 to 80% of what you're actually trying to do is, like you said, Timmy, the humility you have, how well you take feedback, how well you communicate, how well you listen to people, how well you understand how to work with a team, right? Exactly, Timmy. Timmy,
you're exactly right, dude. 100%. And you got to bring that to the interview. Josh, I need you to listen to this feedback so hard because I know you're just rotating interviews right now, which is it's gonna feel very calloused at a certain point. You're gonna become calloused from doing this, but to break that callousness, what is gonna change that interview process for you is you bringing just you to the interview. That's all they really want, Josh and Timmy. They just want you. They want to be like, yo, can this guy work with Sam, Bob, Joe, and Ariel over in the marketing division without having any issues?
Yeah.
And they're going to tell him how to push the buttons. I just need the cat to be able to work with them.
And the only thing that you really need is, can you work hard? That honestly, if you have a strong work ethic, Kaleem, yes, sir. Hey, I'm glad you're on the stream, Kaleem. Yes. We got to see you on here more, man. We got to bring you on here. Kaleem is.
Yeah, where you at, Kaleem?
Kaleem's been in the trenches, bro.
I feel him.
This is a great dude to come in here and bring in and be like, hey, tell us about your background, your experience. We got to have you on the stream, Kaleem. For real.
You got to come in, man. Just share your knowledge. Dude, I need you to, Kaleem, now that Kaylin's vetted you, is to just share the magnifying glass that is over your career. What is it really that you're doing? Because, we call it developer, we call it solution architect, we call it admin special, but honestly, all of those details are decided by the employer. Mm-hmm. Yo, you could be an admin that's actually a developer. You don't even know it. Like, you don't even know that you're developing as an admin, but you were hired as an admin. You're like,
oh, bro,
but I'm doing all this shit.
We have a whole entire week-long series podcast we could do just on like how you could have a specific job title but be doing something completely
else.
We have a whole, bro. That's a whole can of worms.
And I know that we are all way past 45 minutes, and we were only expecting 20. But okay, Kaleem said for sure, can't wait to hang out with you guys and show up every day and ask good questions. That's all we need, baby. That's all we need. Yeah. And Josh, Timmy, I know you guys are right piggybacking on this situation. But honestly, before we go, I want you all to know, don't ever sell yourself short going into this interview. The person that you're talking to, it's just a human. Yep. A human with a script, right? And you don't really have to worry about that first section until you get to the second and third. And believe it or not, the second and third section, they want to test your technical skills, but they're really looking to see how your ingredient mixes with their recipe, right? How can we make a beautiful dish every time we take it to the stakeholders of what we've accomplished as a team, right? And that says as a Marketing Cloud team, that's what we're all looking for, right? That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. I'm putting that as a quote from Triple T.
Oh, Triple T. How does your ingredient mix with the employer's recipe? Let's go. A tea. Old man T over here, fisherman, just dropping
Fisherman dropping recipes over here.
Recipes.
Man, this was a good one.
It was. Dude, this is way longer than we expected. I'm getting ready to go upstairs and watch Wakanda Forever because it's free now.
Hey, it's a good one. It was
2 hours of my evening. I haven't seen a bit of it. I haven't had any spoilers, so don't say anything.
I'm not saying anything, man, but you'll like it. I actually really liked it.
And then guess what, y'all? I'm waking up tomorrow, day one, sprint number 1, baby. Day one, sprint number 1. And guess what I'm going to be doing? Everybody, I'm going to be building out the checklist for my team to make sure our integration and implementation is flawless. From BRG, requirements, knowledge that we need to pass down to client, all the way into finalizing the implementation with our journeys and everything else we need to build for the client. So I need y'all to know it's going to be a busy week, but I'm going to be here to share with you every step of my journey as generically as I can as I go on it. And Kaylin's going to be here with me.
Yep. And who knows? We might even create a template for you guys to have one day from this.
Hey, let's just...
We'll keep it on the shush.
I'm not creating an implementation template for anybody in FMCC right now. No, I would never do anything like that. An actual predominantly checkoff list from page 1 to 10 of how we exactly implement something with your team. I would never do that for everybody. I'm sorry.
Dude, I love it. I love the direction we're going with this podcast too, with this video vlogcast, whatever you want to call it. What we're going to do is we're going to start being more consistently like having a topic of the day for everyone. So Kaleem, Timmy, Josh, we're going to start having a specific topic of the day. So you know what to expect from us on each day. Today, Therian started off with like how to create that great customer experience.
Yes.
Tomorrow, we're going to really get into just jumping into how to use Marketing Cloud, the basics, how it works, getting you up to speed on the tool, right? And then as we go on Tuesday through next Sunday, we're going to be talking about some stuff per day. So what we would like to see is, what do you guys want to hear about on a day, on a Monday or on a Tuesday? We're going to come on here and try to be, try to give that knowledge daily.
Timmy, Kaleem, Josh, if you're listening at this exact moment, please just share some use cases with us that you want to see, because I have my own use cases to provide. And I know that we theoretically talk about Marketing Cloud a lot of the times, but I also want to bring that real world sensibility to what we're doing here. So I'm going to lightly pursue what I'm seeing in the ecosystem for my job for everybody else, but I would love for you to bring your own use cases as well, so we can kind of dive into those. Because believe it or not, the simplistic Jira ticket board can turn into a wormhole of holy shit, how much did this person actually touch in this ecosystem? Yep.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, what you got?
Yo, click, subscribe, notify, share. Please share. There are people out there that don't even know that we're doing this right now. So please, like Adora, please share. She's sharing while she's taking care of her toddler. So I know all y'all, while you're washing your fancy cars or polishing the crib or whatever you're doing, you can share us. Tell people that we're giving away free knowledge. I want to put this out here before SFMC becomes the new MC admin, because it's going to become a freight train that nobody can get on. So we need you to jump on now. This is your time. Become a grandfather of the system now, before the system explodes to a point where Mike Wheeler, everybody's got a video on it, blah, 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 blah. They're all trying to guide you. We're here now. We're just trying to take care of you now. So you are a grandfather of your ecosystem, no matter what level you came in on.
Yep.
And we can provide that for you for the future. So anybody else you know in your ecosystem, please share, notify, send them this link. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, who they might know somebody that's still working, that they're not retired. I mean, I'm older. I don't know. I'm time dating myself. But anyways, yo, I love y'all. Love
We're
you,
still at the
Kayla.
ground floor of Marketing Cloud, man.
We're at the ground floor, man.
Still
This
there.
is the time. Don't let us build out from this, because if you're not here now, it's going to get way rougher as we go up.
Yep.
Yep, because we're going to be expecting you to already be in the ecosystem, and we're going to start training the real world stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So we need you to get in now. Josh, Tammy, Kaleem, I appreciate all of y'all.
Yes,
All
sir.
y'all. And
Minute admin out.
Appreciate you, Kalen. Happy Sunday,
Appreciate
my friend.
you, Triple T.
Happy everybody. Yep.
Happy Sunday. See you tomorrow.
Later.
Later.